Okay, so we are going to be trying this Turbo Boys strategy that I came up with. I'm not exactly sure if I'm the inventor or just someone who found it on their own, but we're going to be trying this Turbo Boys strategy, which is basically a cheesy way to get 6 warriors really, really fast. Let's take a look at our lobby here. I recognize a few of these names. Not the highest ranked lobby, not exactly top 100 caliber players. In fact, I'm the only one here who's going to be above that threshold. So I'm definitely the highest ranked player in this lobby, and this may not be the best example, but let's get some simplified gameplay going on, some mindless, brainless play here, and let's see what happens. So essentially, the strategy is to get 6 warriors as fast as you can onto the field. In order to do that, we buy cheap units. We buy pretty much all of the warriors we come across, and we level aggressively. Most strategies, you try to econ and build on your interest and win by making more money than your opponents throughout the game. And this strategy does not let other people play that. Ooh, this is very nice. What we can do with this is put it on the Stone Spirit, because we don't plan to keep him, and ooh, this is probably the best warrior we could be 2-starring at the moment, which is really, really nice. In fact, getting that before even the PvP rounds is pretty crazy. So we've already got the 3 warrior buff here, and what makes this strategy really powerful is this buff right here. So once you've got 3 warriors on the field, they all have 6 more armor. So if I click on my Stone Spirit, normally he's got 5, but now he's got 11 armor. And I'm still getting used to blue stacks, but that means he takes 40% less damage. Ooh, armor. And a Bone Claw. As soon as you get the 6 warrior bonus, you get an additional 7 armor. So it's not that you just get 7, you get the 6 and the 7. So all of my units are getting 13 armor. And here we go. I really do not want to push the God of War up to level 2. He's just going to be in there as a stand-in unit. But there's no way for me to level up right now and throw in another warrior. If I sold these 2, I could level up, but then I'd have no gold to buy anything. So having the God of War actually costs me nothing. I could just sell at the beginning of the round. And with that same logic, I'm not getting any interest here, so I'm going to buy the Soulbreaker and the Heaven Bomber as well. And this looks like it should be a pretty easy win. The first 2 rounds, I would say, are where you're kind of in trouble. You really do rely on a very early win streak for this strategy, so I am very fortunate that I won this round. There's kind of one more round that's a little iffy, and yeah, we did not get another warrior, so we're going to get rid of these guys. I can actually level up again, so now I'm at level 5, and I am probably fairly far ahead of everybody else if I check the lobby. Ooh, I see somebody else who may be trying my Turbo Boys strategy here. I did make the post on Reddit, so we could be going up against players with this strategy as well. What do we got here? We got a Divinity player. Yeah, he's not going to stand a chance right now. One thing about this that I really like, actually, is the Stone Spirit tends to throw people's Gods of War across the field, which is really nice. Except when he throws them into the corner like that, because now we may end up losing this. Because a God of War is best in the corner. No, we're good. Okay, so those were the tenuous rounds. I think from here on out, we can shoot. What can I do here? I'm going to see, and you get stuck with a lot of decisions like this, so can I invest 10 gold in levels? I cannot. In that case, I just want to put higher quality on the board, so this is easily a better lineup. And Next round I will be going up a level, assuming I win this round, which I think I will. I've got 5 warriors out there. He's got 4 goblins. Goblins are, some of the strongest early game units, but werewolf is incredibly powerful at level 3, and just getting those extra bodies on the field helps a lot. And yeah, we won that. So we've got our win streak going. If we look here, we've got the win streak gold, we've got the victory gold for every round, and that is kind of what helps us reach this really... Ooh. Shoot. So this is key to our build, getting him to level... to 2 stars, because we do want to keep him in the game. I'm wondering, can we lose that? In fact, we're just going to lose both of these. I do think it's that important to get the 2-star Abyssal in there and be short 1 unit. So I really hope that this is going to be a wise decision for us, but it does look like we've got 2 2-stars and he's got 1. And ours are just higher quality, right? So he does have the Witcher guy over there, but yeah, that guy's not going to go through 5 warriors. So that was a risk that we just took, and it paid off pretty huge. Now we do need to find... Oh my god. So this is an example of a game where we are definitely not going to be able to... we are definitely not going to be able to get to level 7 at round 9, and that's simply because we're getting obscene quality. And I'm actually going to lock this. That pirate captain there is pretty huge. If I could get a 2-star pirate captain really early, we might actually be able to win out with this game. So one key thing about this build is trying to hit that level 7 by round 9, but it's not always possible. And even in this case, I've been win streaking, I haven't lost a single round, but I've gotten such high quality units, things like the 2-star Abyssal, like the Pirate Captain and the Werewolf, that I haven't been able to afford investing in levels early. And that's why I'm not at level 7 right now, at round 9. But that's okay. I can hit level 7 round 11, and in these next 2 rounds I can try and look for something to add in as a support unit. Now, one thing that's really cool about this build is I actually have 4 of the core units already. Those 4 guys right there are core. They're going to not go off the field for the entire game. They are incredibly powerful. They give a ton of extra synergies, and in my opinion, they're some of the best warriors in the game. Red Axe, Stone Spirit, Swordman, God of War. They have their place in other builds, it's just not in this build. Those 4 guys there, the Tusk, the Werewolf, the Abyssal, the Pirate Captain, as well as a Doom and Berserker. Those are my preferred units to go in alongside the rest of my build, because they just give tons of synergy. So like here you see I have the human synergy with the Werewolf and the Pirate Captain, so these guys are going to be silencing on this flank. I have the Beast synergy with the Werewolf and the Tusk, which means all of my units are going to be doing 10% more damage, or at least 10% more attack damage. And then the Abyssal allows me to grab a Siren later on and have the Marine buff. So not only do my warriors have a lot of armor, they've got some magic resist as well. If you're not running a mage comp, you're not going to be doing much damage to me. So all in all, I really like this strategy. And if you see here, I'm not thinking hard. I'm just following some very simple principles. Buy warriors, level early. So that is bait, and I'm going to take it. Now what I can do here is I can level my Pirate Captain up, and I can throw in another warrior. It would be really nice to grab that Egursus right now, but these units are more important to the build than the Egursus is. And in fact, the Egursus Ranger is really nice, but he's kind of an optional inclusion. You do need him for the 2 Egursus buff, but that could easily be satisfied with something like an Evil Knight that you just stick on the field as a body, you don't even need to upgrade him, or you hold out till later on you get a Blight Sorcerer. Okay, and these rounds are not even close. This is actually probably not an amazing game to demonstrate this, but it does show you the power of this build. So, I'm now level 7, it's round 11. If I look here at the leaderboard, and that's one thing I haven't been doing, is I haven't been scouting. Don't need to. My build kind of is independent. Ooh, I see the Soul Reaper back there, which I would really like. I'm actually going to go ahead and take the Werewolf out and throw the Soul Reaper in. Okay. If we look on the board here, I'm level 7. This guy's level 6. He's got an extra unit in. But if you look at the rest of the game, there's a few level 6s, and that's kind of where you should be at this point, and some level 5s. And if you look at the 5s, they're trying to econ, but one of them is actually quite lucky that he has as much health as he does. But people have probably lower HP pools right now than they're comfortable with. And the reason is, my werewolf spawns extra dudes, they cause you to take damage. Each little werewolf summon is an additional damage to the chess player if it survives the round. So I have lots of units, and I'm spawning units doing more damage to my opponents. If they try a passive strategy of, lose streaking or even open forting and trying to build their economy up really quickly, they're going to get crushed. And here, all we're doing for the next probably 4 to 8 rounds, I'm not exactly sure, and it kind of depends on how it goes for you, but I'm looking for upgrades to the Werewolf, looking for Soul Reapers, and I'm looking to replace the Stone Spirit and the Red Axe here. I said earlier I would really like to get a Doom in there, and I would really like to get a Berserker in there, and he should not have gotten that off. He got stunned before he got that off. That was weird. But I would really like to improve my unit quality right now. Early game, the idea was to just flood your opponent, kind of Zerg rush them with just tons and tons of really tanky, hard-to-kill warriors. We achieved that goal, and now we're just trying to now we're just trying to upgrade our pieces, build our economy in the mid-game. We kind of jumped out in front, and now we're trying to just hold on to our lead. And it's even okay if you start losing at this point. I haven't. I've kept my win streak, which is really nice. But it's okay if you start losing here. Now, 24 gold on this turn. I'm not going to be able to get up to 30 gold in any way. I could sell this. That would get me to 27. If I win, that gets me to 28. There's no way I could get to 30 gold, so I'm going to buy these two just because it keeps me above 20 gold. It doesn't affect my interest, and it could improve my quality next round. I could always upgrade the Red Axe, have a stronger warrior on the field, and then get rid of him at no additional cost. So that's that decision there. And then the Augustus is an investment for far down the line. And you see here that paid off. The Red Axe, I can go ahead and upgrade him. Now is where we start getting to the point where, what do we want to start buying and adding to the field? So I'm going to take the Soul Reaper off and add the Siren. And the reason is that gives me the Marine buff, which is really powerful early on. People do not have their 3 mage or 6 mage buffs this early typically, and they will not be able to penetrate through that. They're not going to do much damage to me at all. This is the Wolf round. A lot of people end up not fully clearing this round, but as you can see, as far as positioning in any round has gone so far, I don't have to worry about it. You stick the boys on the front line, and you put the ranged units behind them, and they just do their job. The only positioning concerns with this build are assassins. Assassins can get behind and snipe things like your Berserker or your Soul Reaper, and that's something that we would like to try to avoid, and it's actually not too difficult to avoid. You take a unit like your Pirate Captain or your Werewolf, and you stick them back here. Pirate Captain's probably best for 2 reasons. He has his own CC in the ship, and he's got the human silence. You could also put a unit like a Doom or a Tusk back there, but yeah, let's put that on the Pirate Captain. Ooh, refresh orb on level 2 Pirate Captain already. I don't know if I ended up getting that on there in time. We'll see, but that's actually incredibly powerful. Ooh, and yeah, you see that? That was a double ship there. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch us this game. That was some really fortunate item RNG, but this build, again, doesn't rely on that. So let's take a look here. We're at round 16, and this is never going to happen. Don't buy this Pirate Captain. We are not going to be able to stick him in. We're not going to be able to get him to level 3. That involves 6 more Pirate Captains. 6 times 4, 24 gold. We're not going to invest 24 more gold into Pirate Captain. We can ignore him from here on out. The Agursis Ranger, however, we can buy him, and we can sit on him. He's not key yet. He's kind of the 8th or 9th inclusion, depending on what gets upgraded when. But if we win this round, it'll take us up to 50 gold, and it didn't cost us anything to buy him. If we lose it, we could just sell him. We are actually incredibly wealthy this round, or this game, I'm sorry, because of this never-ending win streak, which honestly it's looking like is never going to end. If we look at the board here, we've got a Goblin Mech Warlock. That could get us with some big Devastator hits later on. Hunters, no. And then someone who's just playing our build but worse. Knight's Glacier, we cut down. So we're actually looking really good here. And here we go. So there's the first big upgrade. If we can actually get rid of the Stone Spirit here, move that guy in. What items did he have? He had a Orb of Regen. Honestly, that's probably best on the Doom, which means I'm going to put it on here. In fact, all of these items are going to go on Doom except that, so I'm going to put him on there, and as soon as I find a Doom, even a level 1-star Doom is better than the Red Axe, so I will sell the Red Axe, get those items back, put them on Doom. And now that we're above 50 gold, we can start investing in levels. We really do want to find Doom, a level 2 Siren, a level 2 Berserker. We also want to start looking for another Agursis Ranger, some Desperate Doctors, and that's about it. We're actually really solid as far as our drops this game. Is our Werewolf still level 1? He is. That's surprising. Okay, so I can level up right now, and if I look here and look at the board, what synergy am I trying to add? I'm trying to add the Agursis, the Glacier synergy, and I can't do that at the moment. So I'm just going to add a Soul Reaper on here, and we can roll like all of... Ooh, I just missed a Desperate Doctor. That was really bad. We're going to roll all of the gold right now, because... ooh. Nope, not going to do it. This build doesn't rely on 3-star units, and I'm not going to rely on 3-star units right now. So I'm actually hitting some amazing rolls right now. I'm going to stop there, because I'm actually not exactly sure what I'm adding to my team right now. So we'll see where we get to with this right here. So let's improve him, let's improve him, let's get rid of the Red Axe, let's throw a Doom in, pop these items on the Doom, and let's see where we're sitting at here. So we're at Lethal Ursa. You can actually wait this round and not roll anymore. And then we'll get a little bit of extra interest gold, and then we're going to roll down, really put the pressure on these people, and hopefully end this game quickly. This is a very strong composition, and it's even a strong late game composition, but you're still going to lose to some full builds if you let them get to, you know, around 35 or 40. We're not going to do that. We're going to end the game before that happens. Who could I put this on? Much rather that go on the... And yeah, let's turn that there. Okay. So what are we looking for? Siren, Doom, Soul Reaper, and Desperate Doctors. Okay. Siren, Doom, Soul Reaper, Desperate Doctor. Ooh, the Tsunami would be nice, but Soul Reaper. And please forgive me, I'm still getting used to blue stacks here. Siren, Doom. Wow, I really didn't find any Desperate Doctors. Okay. And now we just sit and wait. We're going to start killing a lot of these people really fast. And it's really hard to counter this build. It's really hard to kill us, simply because our units just live really long. And it makes really efficient use of items. I can make use of any kind of item in this build, and nothing really goes to waste. You know, attack items can go onto the Berserker, can go onto the Agursus Ranger, can go onto Doom. Tanky items can go onto the Pirate Captain in Doom. Mana can go onto Siren, Soul Reaper, some of your later units like your Blight Sorcerer maybe if you choose to go that route. And the debuff items can be used because I have people who do both magic damage and physical damage, so I can find efficient use for pretty much all items with this build. And yeah, it's just really stupidly easy to play. Alright, we just eliminated our first opponent, round 22. That's actually kind of late for me. Normally, there's several people who have lost by now. But as people start losing and I start accumulating items, like I said, I can make really efficient usage of them. So, kind of snowball out of control at this point. And the only way we lose the game is if we let people reach their super late game comps. So, here, round 23, this is kind of, everybody should be level 8 at this point. And if we look at the lobby, yeah, almost everybody's level 8. We got a couple people who are struggling to afford it. So people have caught up to us, but we're just sitting on a really high quality here. And that's because we kind of beat them to these units. This guy is going for a very similar warrior build. He's going for a beast warrior build, and I just beat him to these units. So he's been having to spend more money and struggling to build his comp. And that's comma 3, and he's actually almost out of the game, so his units are going to be available to me pretty soon. Alright, we're at 7 of 32. I would like to level on Curve, which would be next round, but next round's a PvP round, and I don't need to level for any of those, so I'm just going to save my money here, try and get a little bit of extra interest, because that 2 interest right now, that's a free roll later on if I wait 1 round. If I wait another round, that's another free roll. So by not rolling now, I get 2 more rolls later. And rolls are how you improve your comp. Let's see, we got a Dragon Knight build here. Pretty low quality on his units here. We got a 1-star Venom, a 1-star Argali. He's not going to be able to handle us. He's actually got 2 2-star dragons, which is kind of crazy. Problem with Dragon Knight is, you know, your dragon does lots of magic damage, and I have the Marine buff, and he has no way to debuff my magic resistance. He can't. Let's put that on Doom. Let's put this on him. Let's put the life regen on Doom. He can't possibly lower all of my guys' magic resist. So I'm just going to take a lot less damage from someone like a Glacier Knight or a Dragon Knight. So we're rolling. This is the PvP round, or the PvE round, I'm sorry. And we don't have the position. We don't have to worry about anything here. When we hit level 9 and we throw in another unit here, I am going to tinker with the positioning just a little bit. And pretty much the positioning concepts of this build don't change. What changes are the number of units where you can put them, right? So Wraith Shard is amazing on Berserker. Just attack faster, which lets him attack faster. So he just is crazy. Okay, here we go. 9 of 32. Let's push the button a bunch of times. Let's throw the Agursus in, and we're actually going to go like this. We want the Soul Reaper in the middle healing everybody, and that's all I did there. We want to look for Doom. We want to look for Blight Sorcerer now. We want to look for eggs. Ooh, wow. That luck is disgusting. So, we're just chilling, honestly. I do believe that I could stop playing and finish this game out perfectly. So, what are the key things to think about when you're doing this build? You need to get lots of warriors early. You want to try and hit 3 warriors as fast as you can, 6 warriors as fast as you can. Once you've got those 6 warriors, you want to try to swap out the lower quality warriors for high quality warriors. You want to lose things like your Red Axe, Swordman, Stone Spirit, God of War, and you want to replace them with, you know, Pirate Captain, Berserker, Doom, and it's even okay to go from a 2-star, something like a Stone Spirit, to a 1-star Berserker. That's totally okay. Oops, I forgot to get my items here. That's whatever. Throw that there, attack faster, faster. So, the double ship is just punishingly OP here. I don't see how anybody could actually counter this at the moment. I'm thinking maybe if you're mages, if you've got Storm Shaman and a Spirit maybe, like, yeah, I'm just trying to think here what you could do to handle this build, and honestly I can't think of much. He's got one, he doesn't. Let's see, does the Pirate Captain have a shield? No, he doesn't. Okay, so now the last piece that I'm going to add for this build is a Desperate Doctor, and I'm doing that at level 10. That's going to give me the Warlock bonus, so everybody heals from all of their attacks and abilities, and it's going to help my Berserker, which is my main carry, just attack even faster. So I can't add him though until level 10, so there's no point in me rolling yet. Even if I find him, I can't put him on the field. I could replace the Agursis Ranger, but the Agursis Ranger is actually doing pretty good work for me, so I'm actually just going to wait. Ooh, what does this turn into? And who does it go on? Ooh. Attack damage by 15, HP by 15%. So my Doom is full of items, my Pirate Captain is not. And who does this go on to? Nope. Actually, yeah, let's make him even tankier. So, items. You really want your Doom and your Pirate Captain to have all of your tanky items. If you look at my Werewolf, my Abyssal, and my Tusk, they have no items at all, and that's totally fine. You stick them in the middle of the front, and you just let them absorb hits, which just helps your Doom and your Pirate Captain live longer, and they're the ones that are really the main tanks of this. Your mana regen items go on Soul Reaper and Siren. I actually didn't get any to put on them, as well as Pirate Captain. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put this one on Siren. And, oof, where do I... Oops, I think I may have messed that up. Where do I put this? I'm going to put that on Siren. And who wants a shield? He's got a shield. I'd probably rather have it on the Werewolf, honestly. So, 36 gold. That means I can level up 7 times for 35 gold. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 5, that's not enough gold to get me to level 10, so I'm just going to chill. I'm going to look and see. No Desperate Doctor. So we're waiting. And that's pretty much the build. You're on autopilot most of the time. Once you get your 6 warriors, the plays are very straightforward. The hardest part is honestly the extremely early gameplay of the build. I can level up 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 plus 6 is 42, which means I can get there, which means I'm going to do it. Throw in my Desperate Doctor. I don't care if he dies instantly, because he's just there for the synergy. Let's see, you want that. Let's put that on you as well. Okay. And now, yeah, this is full build. Nothing is 3-starred. In fact, everything's not even 2-starred. I've got a lone 1-star Desperate Doctor here just for his Glacier synergy and his Warlock synergy. And there we go. First attempt at making the video, and I believe, yeah, we wiped. Perfect game, and none of the decisions here were particularly difficult. It's an incredibly powerful build. It's an incredibly cheesy build. It takes advantage of people who are trying to econ early. It does lots of damage really quickly, and once you get through that opening stage of the game, the build plays itself. So if you're looking for a build that's easy to play, the decisions are very straightforward, this could be a build for you. Now, potential risks with this build are if you get your win streak broken in the first 5 rounds or so, you really do want to try and win until round 10 or 11. If you get it broken by then, if you see people competing or playing the same build, or if you just struggle to find the warriors, if you just can't get enough warriors to field those early 6 warriors, then the game is probably telling you that this is not the game where you're going to be playing warriors. Typically for me, if that happens and I cannot find the warriors, I'll look at the screen, do some scouting, see what everybody's playing, and I like to buy early goblins, and I like to try and transition into either divinity or knights. If there's lots of warrior players, those 2 builds will probably not be highly contested, and you'll have to econ, you'll probably have to lose streak to get there. But it is a possible transition for you if the build doesn't work out. And what's really nice about this build is you know really quickly if you need to abandon it or not. If you're not getting the warriors and you start to lose in the early rounds, then you have to switch. And you don't have to think about whether or not you should stick with this build when you're at round 15 or 16 or 17. If you were able to play this build up until that point, you are so far ahead of everybody in levels that you're going to hit the pirate captains and the dooms and the berserkers before anybody else will. So the odds are for you that you will find those pieces before anybody else. So it really is an early game. Level up really fast, increase your chances of finding the warriors, get lots of warriors on the field, and then build the best supplemental pieces. I hope you guys enjoy the video. If you like this, please leave a comment and subscribe, and hopefully this is the first of many more to come.